52.92, a new high school national record.
Back to back to back to back state champions. NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2020 NSAA Boys Basketball Championships. We continue our morning session with the Class B state title on the line. The defending champion and unbeaten Auburn Bulldogs at 28-0, taking on the 4-seed Ogallala Indians. Along with Andy Markowski, I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us. Andy Kendi will be joining us momentarily. Let's start with the Ogallala Indians, a team that's been down here 3 consecutive years, but their first trip here to the title game.
Yeah, and they're led by senior guard Carter Brown, averaging 18 points a game, over 100 assists. As you mentioned, they were first round, got to the semis last year. They've been able to make that next jump to the finals, but they're going to be in for a difficult matchup. Auburn is really talented, led by kind of an inside-outside combination. Their inside combination is Josh Lambert, 6'8" senior, averaging 16 points, 8 rebounds a game. He's going to be a big factor today, but also Cam Binder, their guard, averaging 15 a game. They've been here, they have experience, but this is going to be a terrific game, a rematch from earlier this winter where Auburn won by 7 points.
There's a look at the 6'8" senior, Josh Lambert. Auburn with an impressive win in the semifinals over Lincoln Christian. Should be a good one here. Class B title. It's the Ogallala Indians, seeded number 4, taking on the Auburn Bulldogs, the 2nd seed and defending state champs. All the action coming your way when we come back from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln.
This is Emma. She cares about her kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with unleaded 88. Emma knows unleaded 88 reduces emissions from her vehicle. Nate knows unleaded 88 is approved for his engine and provides high-octane performance. They may think about fuel in different ways, but the fuel of choice for both Emma and Nate is unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
Jan and Anna Dvorak homesteaded in Nebraska's grassy wilderness. 48 years before Nebraska's first high school wrestling championships, 31 years before Nebraska's first high school basketball championships. Since the dawn of sport in Nebraska, our ranch and farm families have been there. Dvorak Brothers Ranch's Red Angus recognizes this year's athletes, as well as the ranch and farm families whose contributions help make high school sports in Nebraska possible. Dvorak Brothers Ranch's Red Angus, 140 years Nebraskan.
On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools,
welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's Ogallala and Auburn for the Class C1 Championship. I'm Andy Kendi. I'll be giving you the stories from the sidelines, but let's get the pregame festivities started. Here's public address announcer, Mr. Heath Kramer.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and CHI Health St. Elizabeth. Today's Class C1 championship game features the number 4 seed with a record of 23-4, the Ogallala Indians. And the number 2 seed with a record of 28-0, the Auburn Bulldogs. Now for the introduction of players and coaches. We'll begin with the non-starters from Ogallala. 0, Ian Shaw. Number 3, Jaron Gager. Number 4, Jake Hildebrand. Number 5, Tucker Montgomery. Number 11, Alex Patrick. Number 13, Quentin Gillen. Number 22, Troy Kempton. Number 23, Javian Gager. And number 35, Dylan Ellard. Here are the non-starters for Auburn. Number 1, Ryan Dixon. Number 5, Cade Paetzel. Number 10, Mauricio Lopez. Number 12, Stetson Nyman. Number 13, James Mateen. Number 23, Marcus Hudson. Number 30, Austin Levine. Number 40, Brett Baltensberger. And number 45, Hayden Hall. Now the starting lineup for the Ogallala High School Indians. A 6' 2" senior, number 1, Carter Brown. A 5' 11" sophomore, number 2, Corbin Murphy. A 6' 4" senior, number 12, Clayton Murphy. A 6' 4" senior, number 31, Adam Kroger. A 6' 5" junior, number 32, Caden Marhenke. The coaches for Ogallala are Coy Gager, Chad Marhenke, and Ryan Mumm. The head coach is Andy Gillen. Now the starting lineup for the Auburn Bulldogs. A 6' junior, number 2, Cam Binder. A 6' senior, number 3, CJ Hughes. A 5' 11" sophomore, number 4, Ryan Binder. A 6' 4" junior, number 14, Dan Ferrari. And a 6' 8" senior, number 50, Josh Lambert. The assistant coaches for Auburn are Jackson Weeks, Bryce Roth, Todd Binder, and Cooper Weeks. The head coach for the Bulldogs is Jim Weeks. The officials for today's game are Justin Pavich, Kelvin Nesbitt, and Kevin Cook. And the bench official is Dave Bryant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's play basketball!
C1 State Championship on the line here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Let's take a look at the map and where these teams come from. The Ogallala Indians, obviously just south of Lake McConaughey, a 4-hour drive to PBA. I'm sure they're watching us at the Open Range Grill or maybe Front Street Steakhouse there in Ogallala. And Auburn high school sits off just 136, about an hour, 15-minute drive here to Lincoln, up Highway 75 and Highway 2. Should be a good one between these two. Here is how they got here. Ogallala with the win over Kearney Catholic and Adams Central. And Auburn knocks off Ashland Greenwood and Lincoln Christian 49-37. An impressive win there in the semifinals for Auburn over a very talented Lincoln Christian squad. Tipping it up between these two, Josh Lambert and Caden Marhenke. And there is Jim Weeks, the 4th-year head coach of the Auburn Bulldogs, longtime head coach around the state of Nebraska. In fact, 24 years at Beatrice before jumping into the college game for a while. Now back, and the tip was won by Auburn but controlled by Ogallala. Here is Carter Brown, the point guard for Ogallala, averages 18 a game. He will distribute. Marhenke takes the first shot, and the rebound by Josh Lambert.
You see Auburn opening their traditional man-to-man defense. I think last year's state title was probably a year ahead of schedule. If you would ask Coach Weeks, kind of surprised everybody, but they built on that momentum. Have a 36-game winning streak right now, which is certainly the tops in the state.
Clayton Murphy picked up the first foul for Ogallala.
Had a chance to visit with Coach Weeks a little bit yesterday. He said they're not real deep, so foul trouble is certainly can change the outcome of their games. But he said his kids have learned to kind of play through foul trouble. Trust them to be on the court.
Carter Brown, left-handed dribble into the lane. Little floater not there. Rebound by Kroger. Back up to Brown. This is an Auburn team that will play tough defense. Kind of a staple of Jim Weeks' clubs. 3 is off. Brown with the rebound. A couple of offensive rebounds here on this possession now for the Indians.
And Ogallala, we mentioned Carter Brown in the pregame, but probably have a little bit more balance in Auburn. 3 players averaging double figures, a 4th at about 9.
3 by Adam Kroger, knocked down. The 6'4" senior averages 11 a game. These two, as you mentioned, Andy, have played once already this year. It was a win for Auburn, 73-68. Foul up top, hand check by Corbin Murphy, and both of the Murphys have now picked up a foul.
A really nice setup by Carter Brown. Has over 115 assists coming into the state tournament, so probably closer to 125.
And you can see Corbin Murphy is not letting Cam Binder go anywhere. Facing him and denying him the ball all over the court.
Well, they started yesterday's game against Adams Central in a triangle 2, which helped them get off to a pretty quick start.
Strong rebound, back up. And the big guy in the middle, Josh Lambert, 6'8", senior center, averages 16 a game with the first 2 for the Bulldogs. Another 3 on the way for Kroger. That's off the back of the rim. Rebound to Murphy. Murphy driving in, nice pass to Marhenke, and Marhenke called for the travel.
And the first time they played, it was fairly high scoring, 73-68 in the Heartland Classic, kind of a neutral floor game. I doubt we'll see that level of scoring here. Just the third game in 3 days, I think, takes its toll on teams mentally and physically.
This off with the rebound back up by Lambert. And he does not get it. Nice pass by Brown. Reverse not there for Marhenke. Now here's Binder with it up top. Murphy tried to take it away into the hands of C.J. Hughes. Lambert with it down low. Strong move by Lambert and gets the basket. Lambert with all 4 of Auburn's points.
Yeah, it appears that Coach Weeks feels that's where they may have a slight advantage, especially if you're going to face guard Cam Binder. It just gives less help opportunities onto the post.
Foul be called on Cade Marhenke. That is his second. But check it first. The other one was a travel. And the 3rd team foul on the Indians.
Marhenke is Ogallala's biggest player at 6'5". The junior is going to have to guard Lambert for most of the game.
Second foul on Corbin Murphy, and that might slow that, what looked to be a box and 1 or a triangle and 2, and face guarding Cam Binder. Early on here, Class C1 title game in Lincoln.
What do you think about going to college?
I'm kind of scared.
I feel nervous a little bit. That's kind of a tough one. I'm not really sure yet.
I'm excited for college.
How are you going to pay for it?
To be honest, I don't really know.
That's actually a really good question.
So what if you had a friend you could ask?
Not just on the good days. Not just on the challenging ones. Not just during business hours. Or when relaxing. But always. For the past 125 years, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Game, Auburn and Ogallala. Now, Auburn and the Hughes family, they are an integral part of the basketball program down in Auburn. C.J. Hughes, number 3, is a senior guard. Jim Weeks calls him the glue, but the gentleman behind me is his father, Marty. He's the principal at Auburn High School. Marty learned of the passing of his father, CJ's grandfather, Jack Hughes, 1 hour before Auburn's quarterfinal game against Ashland Greenland. And Jack Hughes, a Navy veteran, 79 years old, passed away. The dad told the son about his grandfather's passing after the game, and the first guys to console him, head coach Jim Weeks and son Jackson, which really exemplifies Auburn's theme this year, which is family. Guys, we wish our best and send our prayers to the Hughes family.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Andy. So you saw the steal and the foul. Clayton Murphy now at the line for the Indians, 6'4" senior. He averages 8.5 a game. He's played well down here at state, 15 in the quarterfinals, 7 in the semifinals, has a school record for assists. Coach Andy Gillen says he's one of the best competitors on this Ogallala squad. Here's Binder with it. Tipped away by Brown, and Binder loses it. They are on Binder everywhere he touches the ball.
This is what makes state championships hard to coach in, because you only have a quick turnaround to be able to get ready for a different team, and what strategy are they going to throw at you. Ogallala is kind of face guarding Binder. It looks like they're kind of a modified diamond in one, trying to pressure the ball.
Take by C.J. Hughes. It goes off of Lambert, and it will be Ogallala's ball. Third straight trip down here to state for both of these teams, Ogallala and Auburn. First time in the championship for Ogallala. Auburn, obviously, the defending champ, and has put together an unbeaten season in Jim Weeks' 4th year. Rebound by Lambert off the miss from Murphy. For Ogallala, they've been close. The semis in 2019 lost North Bend when they had an unbeaten season intact. Then in 2018, the first year that they'd been down here in a while, they lost in the first round to Wahoo. Beat Wahoo last year in the 3rd place game to finish in 3rd. Travel is going to be called on Dan Frary. So this initial different look, kind of some would call a junk defense, is effective right now against Auburn.
Yeah, they kind of went back to man, but they're playing some areas soft, and I think Coach Weeks is trying to figure out, do you run zone offense, do you run man offense, trying to find something that can try to get Binder involved, because Auburn's going to have a hard time winning if Binder can't figure out a way to get some shots.
Second foul called on Frary.
On the foul, 14 Dan Frary, his second personal foul. 2 team fouls for the Bulldogs.
I feel like Ogallala's ran probably a little bit better offense than Auburn to start this game, but still tied 4-4.
Cade Paetzel now into the game, replacing Frary, who, as we said, picked up his second. Carter Brown's 3 is just long, off the fingertips of Ryan Binder and out. It'll stay with the Indians. No championships for Ogallala. Boy, they've had some terrific teams. You think about the run they had in the late 80s through the mid 90s, where they were down here at state 7 of 8 years.
I remember that semifinal win over Wahoo with, I think, Chad Spady. It's that emotion of having to come back and do it again in the finals. Came up short.
There's C.J. Hughes looking inside for Lambert, posting up. Good ball movement, open 3 by Binder. Ryan Binder, the sophomore, knocks down the 3.
It's so important to have some of your other players step up. just depend on Cam Binder and Josh Lambert to do all your scoring.
The screen and roll to get in the hands of Kroger. That just rims out. Inside a minute here in this first quarter. Good kick to the open man. Binder again just long. Check out, that was Cade Patzel with the look. By Kroger, and Ogallala back to within one. So here is Binder with it. The junior guard averages 15 a game, leading scorer for the Bulldogs. He can create his own shot, trying to do that right now with Quentin Gillen on him. Here is Binder, drives in. Picks up the foul. Was it a charge? They did call the charge.
Carter Brown, nice job of stepping in. They're just keeping so many bodies in between Binder and the rim. You can see he's got to navigate through 3 Ogallala defenders. And Carter Brown does a nice job of stepping in, taking the charge.
Last second shot by Carter Brown. Defensive battle here in quarter number 1 between the Bulldogs and the Indians. Auburn on top, thanks to the inside game of Josh Lambert on the outside shooting of Ryan Binder.
I'm Nicole Brungart, and I'm a part of the U.S. Women's Bobsled team. I'm a 4-time All-American, and I'm from Norfolk, Nebraska. Bobsledding was definitely not in the picture when I was growing up, but I'm thankful to be where I'm at, and I'll never take that for granted. In my career, I'm getting bumped around, bruised in the back of the bobsled, so it's super important that I keep up with my sleep, my nutrition, seeing my trainer, seeing the chiropractor, and staying in the gym so I can be at the top of my game when competition comes.
Central Valley Ag, a cooperative serving customers and local farming communities in Nebraska, Kansas, and Iowa. Embracing the cooperative spirit to deliver value to our members. Proud to say, we are CVA.
(7-6) our score here in the C1 title game between Auburn and Ogallala. State championships in the state of Nebraska are being played despite so many athletic events across the country being canceled due to the coronavirus and COVID-19. We're pleased to be able to bring you these right here on NET. Of course, just family, friends, grandparents, those living with you in your household able to attend, so much smaller crowds. There's a look at Andy Gillen in his second season. He's done a nice job with the Indians through 2 years. Ferry back into the game with his 2 fouls. Kicks it back. Ryan Binder with the 3. He's got 2 3-pointers. He's 2 for 2 from outside. And now the steal.
Yeah, I think it's so much more difficult to play a team, a second or third team at time at state. You just get an idea of kind of personnel matchups. A lot of times when you see a panhandle team, they don't play a lot on the east, so you don't play Ogallala, Auburn, but the matchup over the little event they had in Grand Island allowed them to play each other. Both teams and coaches probably learned a little bit about each other's strengths.
That's certainly one of the things that Andy Gillen, the head coach of Ogallala, puts an emphasis on is getting his team into metro areas to play what he calls more metro-like ball. Sends them out to Denver to play in tournaments in the summer. Lambert with that rebound.
Right now, Ogallala is doing a really good job on Cam Binder, but then Ryan Binder had stepped up and made 2 threes, which have been the difference in the game.
Double team down in the corner. Frary drives in. Off balance shot by Dan Frary. His first points of the game. And a 12-6 advantage now for the Bulldogs. Timeout will be taken by Andy Gillen. Let's take a look back at last year's Class C1 title game.
The matchup between the Auburn Bulldogs and the North Bend Central Tigers proved to be a defensive battle for the coveted 2019 state title. Auburn seemed like a clear winner early in the game as they led by 10 in the first quarter. Then the Tigers boosted their defense and took the lead with 5 minutes remaining in the game. North Bend Central held on to a 2-point lead until the final 3 seconds of the game, when Auburn's top scorer, Cam Binder, hit one from behind the arc to win the game and take home the Bulldogs' first state basketball title.
A buzzer beater by Binder gave Auburn a state championship. He's being shut down right now through 1 quarter by this Ogallala team. Ogallala, by the way, last year lost to North Bend Central down here at state. Auburn ended up beating them in that title game to win that school's first ever state championship. In fact, they had never been in a state title game, and now they find themselves under the leadership of Jim Weeks in back-to-back championships and leading here 12-6. And over the first couple of minutes and the last 6 minutes of the first quarter, Auburn on a 12-3 run. Drive by Kroger. Off to Marhenke. Here's Murphy. Kroger off the front. Good strong rebound by Quentin Gillen.
Yeah, both teams playing really hard. Hard to score. Hard to find a basket in this game.
Back in comes Corbin Murphy. He has those 2 fouls picked up early. Corbin just a sophomore. And also back in is Cade Paetzel. Hayden Hall will take a seat. Marhenke to inbound.
Kind of an unforced turnover there on inline out of bounds execution.
Lambert with it. Had 3 on him, kicks it outside. Nice job by Lambert to find the open shooter, and C.J. Hughes knocks it down. That's C.J.'s first 3. Good take by Marhenke off the pass by Brown.
Yeah, Ogallala is really just face guarding Binder and kind of playing off of a few of the Auburn perimeter players.
What a strong take by Lambert. It's 6'8". He's hard to handle down there right now for the Indians.
With Hughes and Ryan Binder's threes, Ogallala is not able to do as much helping. One time Lambert had a one-on-one in the post there and did a really nice job of making a quick, strong move.
Kroger back in for Marhenke. Marhenke had it knocked out of his hand. It will stay with Ogallala. Nice drive by Adam Kroger. Kroger averages 11 a game. He has really worked hard in the offseason. Lost about 25 pounds. He's not a runner, but he went out for cross country to get in shape. He's had a much better body composition. He's looking good here in his championship game.
Yeah, 7 of the 10 points for Ogallala.
Foul called on C.J. Hughes.
Auburn's done a nice job on Carter Brown. Carter without a bucket, but does have 2 assists.
3 on the way, just off by Kroger. Yeah, talking to Coach Gillen, he said when he first got there, Adam Kroger went up to him and said, "Coach, why am I not? I'm not shooting the ball. I'm not getting the ball enough." And he says, "Well, you're on about a 30-second shot clock. We're on a 15. You got to get in shape and get up and down the floor a little bit." And he took it to heart, and there's the first bucket by Cam Binder. You see his explosiveness when he gets the ball.
Yeah, it's nice to see kids be coachable. You know, sometimes you don't handle those conversations well, but coaches want what's best for their student athletes, and Kroger followed his direction and it's off to a really fast start in the state title game.
Well, and he's had a great state tournament as well. Kroger had 15 points in the first round, 12 in the second. And as you mentioned, 7 already here. (19-10) Auburn on top. Ogallala pulled from outside the arc. They've missed their last 6 3-pointers. Binder again has it tipped away, but right into the hands of Hughes. Back to Binder. 3 is off. And the foul called on Kay Paetzel.
Foul 5, Kay Paetzel. That's his first.
Just a 15th foul for Auburn. Both teams with 5. Well, did a nice job there of kind of running at Binder, taking that first initial look away, making him shot fake. The second one was not on balance.
Carter Brown. Skip pass. Here's Murphy with it. Drive by Murphy. He's fouled by Paetzel. That's his second on Kay Paetzel.
His second personal foul at 16 fouls for the Bulldogs.
So Corbin Murphy will go to the line.
Obviously, Coach Gillen thought Murphy could help them on the offensive end. You know, playing him with 2 fouls for most of the second quarter speaks to Coach's confidence in him.
There is Andy Gillen's second season, 51-5 is his record at Ogallala. Came from Hugoton Valley, or Hugoton as the head coach, and then also at Caney Valley, both in Kansas. Total of 13 years as a head coach. And the turnover. Tough defense there by the Indians.
Yeah, Ogallala does a really nice job. They kind of switch out. They're aggressive. They take some chances on some traps. Auburn's much more, you know, solid defensively, kind of more traditional in their defensive approach.
Kroger with the 3. Murphy with the rebound. And check called on Binder. That's his first foul.
It's going to be the 7th. Clayton Murphy will go to the free throw line. You mentioned that Murphy's really versatile. You mentioned kind of the scoring, but 71 assists, 50 steals, 14 blocks. One of those kids at the end of the game just fills the stat sheet up.
Murphy is headed to Chadron State next year. He'll be a quarterback at Chadron State. Good drive. Ryan Binder, the sophomore. He's got 8. Minute to go before half. Another open look for Kroger. And he's just been cold from distance. 3 of 11 from the floor, and just 1 of 6 for Kroger from outside the arc. Second foul picked up there by Ryan Binder.
Kind of a tough possession. Carter Brown kind of got hit in the mouth. The last possession was late getting down the court, but you know, they found him again and kind of took another shot to the jaw. A replay in high school basketball or college, that would be stopped to look at the intention of the first elbow, but no. Cam Binder didn't mean to do it. He just kind of got, as he was passing, the elbow rubbed his face.
Foul be called on Carter Brown.
Carter Brown is first. That's 16 fouls.
The 16th foul for Ogallala. A good call.
Yep.
See safety of the players can't run through a screen. Important for teammates to call that out so no one gets hurt.
8 to go. Binder with it. And that'll do it for the first half. And a very defensive first half for both of these teams as Ogallala held to 11 points. Auburn only puts 21 on the board, but that's good enough for a 10-point advantage here in this Class C1 title game. Andy Kindy is nearby, and he's getting set to chat with Andy Gillen. Let's go to Andy Kindy.
Well, Coach, you've done a nice job on Cam Binder. How do you guys think you've done offensively?
Well, 11 points is pretty obvious. You know, we haven't shot very well. I don't know what it is, but, you know, some of that's a credit to their defense, and some of it is we played a little tight.
What do you tell the kids to settle them down?
Just relax and come out and play. We're fine. 10 points is nothing. We can come out and make a little run.
All right, good luck in the second half. As head coach Andy Gillen, his team trails by 10 at halftime of the Class C1 state championship game. We'll have halftime festivities straight ahead.
Have you ever wondered what happens to soybeans after they're harvested? Every year, soybean farmers invest a portion of their soybean revenue to fund research, marketing, and promotion, which is called the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff. 80% of the harvested soybeans are crushed into soybean meal that's used to feed poultry and livestock. The other 20% is made into soybean oil that's used for cooking oil and biodiesel. To learn more about the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, nebraskasoybeans.org.
Early mornings, late nights, emotionally, physically, mentally tougher. Generations of trust, innovation, and hard work done side by side. The decisions you make for your land and livestock have a direct impact on your operation, the region, and the world. That is why we're there when you need us anytime, every time. We both have one chance, one season, one mission. Tougher together. Aurora and you.
Coverage of the 2020 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Aurora Cooperative, Constellation Energy, and Sarpy County Tourism. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Halftime of the C1 title tilt, 21-11. Auburn on top of Ogallala. You know, we're seeing some great athletes across the state in these championships, not only last week, but today as well. Did you know that Nebraska is home to two of the top-ranked recruits in volleyball and softball for the 2021 class. Let's meet two more outstanding high school student athletes that are both #1 in 2021.
More than 800,000 girls compete in high school volleyball and softball across the country. The nation's #1 ranked volleyball and softball recruit in the class of 2021 attend high school just 9 miles apart in Omaha.
I mean, we're a small state with under 2 million, and we just happen to have the top recruit in softball and the top recruit in volleyball.
That's Papillion La Vista's stud right-handed pitcher Jordan Ball and Omaha Skutt's fiery pin hitter Lindsey Krause.
She rises above everybody. I mean, she goes from great player to phenomenal player.
Wow, what a swing by Lindsey Krause.
Lindsey Krause's junior year has been a whirlwind of title celebrations. She led the U.S. Youth National Team to their first World Championship in Egypt and then returned to Nebraska to win Omaha Skutt's 5th consecutive state title.
During those matches, something clicks. I don't really know what it is, but I'm just game mode and nothing will stop me. I've just always been a really big competitor and I hate to lose. So I just have that really big drive to be the best I can be.
She's one of, I think, maybe 2 or 3 kids in the country that can say they have a world championship and a state title in the same year, which I think is pretty awesome.
In that same fall of 2019, softball phenom Jordan Ball put together one of the best all-around individual seasons in Nebraska high school history. Her 0.15 ERA, .581 batting average, and 22 home runs led Papillion La Vista to a state championship and an unblemished 36-0 record, the first undefeated season in Class A history.
Total domination in the circle. I mean, it was just no doubt the most feared softball player in the state.
I feel like I'm just naturally a competitive person. Everything's a competition. It can be good, it can be bad, but that drive to enjoy doing the extra work, like wanting to go put in extra time after practice. I feel like I'm a person that runs off of emotions, that runs off of feelings.
She's probably the most competitive person I've ever been around.
Jordan and Lindsey have forged their own incredible paths to be the #1 recruit in their sport. But the familiar start to their journey is even more remarkable.
We went to the same elementary school. We were the same kindergarten class. And then when we got into junior high, we separated schools. We've just been friends and been in each other's lives since kindergarten. Not very many people are that driven when they're 13, 14 years old, and we both knew what we wanted to do and we knew where we wanted to go with our lives, so we kind of just gravitated towards each other.
And it's just crazy that we're both going to get to play college sports, a sport that we love, and so it's just kind of crazy to see those things come to life.
Both girls have committed to top Division I college programs, but their senior year still remains. One final competitive high school season to make their own mark on 2 already extraordinary careers.
2 of the top recruits in the country. Jordan Ball, by the way, headed to Oklahoma. Lindsey Krause to Nebraska to play volleyball. We are at halftime of the C1 title game. Auburn on top of Ogallala by 10. Third quarter action coming your way when we come back.
Constellation is a natural gas supplier helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given back over $250,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
My life's busy. That's why I'm excited for Nebraska Public Power District's new mobile app coming to your favorite app store soon. With a tap of my finger, I'll be able to check my account, pay my bill, report an outage, select my communication preference, and even monitor and manage how much energy I'm using. There are so many possibilities that make powering your everyday a little bit easier. It's just another way NPPD is always there when you need them.
This is Emma. She cares about her kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with unleaded 88. Emma knows unleaded 88 reduces emissions from her vehicle. Nate knows unleaded 88 is approved for his engine and provides high-octane performance. They may think about fuel in different ways, but the fuel of choice for both Emma and Nate is unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
High school sports fans, when your team isn't playing or you want a break from the action, GoSarpy.com has the latest for concerts, family fun, shopping, and more. Just minutes from the state championship venues, Sarpy County also has over 2,000 hotel rooms. GoSarpy.com's calendar of events will help you plan your next adventure in Sarpy County. GoSarpy.com. So near, so fun.
We are back at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. Halftime of the C1 title game. Auburn on top of Ogallala 21-11, along with Andy Kindy, Andy Markowski. I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us from here at Pinnacle Bank, and great to be bringing you these state championships on NET, as so many other events and sporting events across the country have been canceled. Limited crowd here, but we've seen a good game here. Just it's a very defensive game. So
yeah, both coaches had a really good game plan going in. Fortunately for Auburn is Ryan Binder has stepped up with 8 points, but there you see Adam Kroger with 3 of his 7 points. Then Lambert with 6 for Auburn, done a nice job inside. There's Ryan Binder, really stepped up. Ogallala was kind of choosing him as a player to help off of a little bit, and really stepped up and hit 2 big threes, which has opened up the inside game again for Lambert. Kroger again with a nice drive, finish over the 6'8" Lambert. And then there you see the only basket from Camp Binder, which is a second leading goal for Auburn. So credit Ogallala, really did a nice job on them. You know, Coach Gill mentioned it at halftime, really just didn't shoot it very well. 2 of 22 from the field, 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Look for Ogallala to find some more makes. Doing a nice job on the backboard, limiting their turnovers. So, you know, defensive struggle, whichever team starts to make a few shots here, I think has the best chance to win this second half.
A couple of teams that love to play defense as well. Bulldogs, Jim Weeks kind of hang their hat on their tough defense, and you can see it has held Ogallala to just 11 in this first half. 21-11 is the score here in the C1 title game. Auburn on top of Ogallala. Auburn trying to go back-to-back. Andy Kindy is now with the head coach.
Coach Weeks here. Coach, you guys are up 10. What did you like most about that first half?
That they only have 11 points, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you guys held them to 18% shooting on 4 of 22. Is that one of the better defensive efforts you've had?
We were okay. We gave up 5 offensive rebounds. We got to clean that up a little bit.
What do you tell the kids with 1 half to play?
We just have to have a good sureness on the second end, on the offensive end. Get a couple passes, and good things are going to happen.
Well, good luck in the second half. That's Jim Weeks, head coach of the Auburn Bulldogs. The Bulldogs 1 half away from back-to-back state championships. We'll see if they can pull it off. Straight ahead.
Imagine if you knew what to do when your toddler started a tantrum, or what to say to your grade schooler who was being bullied. Imagine as a parent knowing where to go if your teen is feeling suicidal, or what resources are available when your family needs help. Raising kids is hard. It's okay to ask for advice. The Nebraska Family Helpline is here for you. 888-866-8660 to speak to a trained counselor. Any problem, anytime.
All right, college visit number 2. Here we go. What?
College visit.
Learn more from Education Quest at govisitcollege.org.
Coverage of the 2020 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, and the Nebraska Corn Board. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. We're back at Pinnacle Bank Arena here in Lincoln, ready for second half action of the C1 title game. 21-11 to start it. Ogallala will have the ball as we begin, and there is Andy Gillen's second season. 23-4 on the year. Lost back-to-back games to Mitchell, and then Auburn. Said it's just not used to losing back-to-back games. Those two really refocused this Indian squad, and here is Brown with the look right out of the halftime locker room. Good set play to get him a shot.
Yeah, I was going to say,
second three.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be so important for Ogallala to score, even though it felt like the lead was unsurmountable, but it's just 10, as Coach Gillen said. They've come back from a 10-point deficit before. Now it's 7.
Nice reverse lay-in by Dan Frary. Frary's got 4. Other end, Kroger's 3 is just off. And the rebound by Binder.
Ogallala is extending their pressure a little bit. Added a little bit more pace to this third quarter than what we had in the first half.
Patient inside to Lambert. He's double teamed. Kicks it out to the open Hughes. C.J. Hughes with the 3-pointer. A good inside out there.
Yeah, Ogallala is forced to give help on Lambert. So Auburn did a nice job just kind of running offense through Lambert as a post, able to find the backside shooter.
Charge called on Carter Brown. That is his second personal foul.
Ryan Binder does a really nice job kind of beating him to the spot and then squares up. Anytime you take in the middle of the numbers, you're probably going to get a charge.
Murphy with the steal. Back to Brown. Lays it in. Turnover led to points. And they pick up full court again.
See the first time these teams played, but
yeah,
you know, certainly was much more high scoring, 73-68. The start of the third quarter appears to be more of that style, with Ogallala really trying to pick up and pressure to speed the pace of the game up.
Binder right back inside. Here's Marhinke, laid it in, back to within 8. And Ogallala has really picked up the pace here to start the second half. And a timeout will be taken by Jim Weeks. This would be a good time for you to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can add a comment or catch up on the latest Nebraska sports information. Just be sure to like NET Sports and also Big Red Wrap Up and join in the conversation. Crowds here at the boys state tournament limited to friends, family, those that live within your household. Let's go to Andy Kendi.
Ogallala, you may have noticed a little guy sitting on an Ogallala bench. That's Jet Gillen. He's the head coach's 7-year-old son. He's got a hoodie on, I believe, over there on the end of the bench there. Jet's like the team mascot, 7 years old. Andy says Jet's just one of the guys, which he admits can be dangerous at 7. And he leads the team out of the locker room. He's got a special handshake for each of the players. And Andy says he's got 3 dads on his bench. Certainly a family atmosphere. It's very special to share this experience as a family.
And like you, he's just sitting there munching on M&Ms. Andy?
Actually, I just had a granola bar,
so
okay. I'm trying to keep it healthy, you know.
8-point advantage here out of the timeout. Jim Weeks trying to slow that Ogallala momentum.
Ogallala played pretty soft in the first half and really was looking to help. Now they're pressuring, which is going to open the opportunity for Lambert to get more touches, which the last 2 possessions been able to get it inside, just unfortunately not able to make.
Lambert's missed a couple close the last 2 trips up the floor. Carter Brown with the 3. In and out. Hughes with the rebound. And here's Binder with it. Cam Binder. Off the front. The rebound by Frary. And Auburn will reset.
Auburn's patience.
Good feed. Lambert to Frary for the lay-in.
Yeah, good patience by Lambert. Just didn't panic. Used his dribble to create space. Found the cutter.
Dan Frary picks up his 3rd personal foul. The shooting foul will put Murphy at the line. Or check that, put Marhinke at the line. We've got a timeout here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Still a 10-point advantage for Auburn.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Most days are unremarkable. We commute, we work, we practice, and then we do it all over again. When the moment is all that matters, Public Power is there for you. When your livelihood or future career depends on it, we have your back. As the time counts down on the scoreboard, no one is cheering you on more than us. Make each moment of this year and next count. We'll be sure to do the same. Nebraska Public Power District, together with your local public power utility.
Auburn leads in the 3rd quarter of the Class C1 championship game against Ogallala. You know, this has been a unique situation, a unique week down here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and all across the country. Limited spectators here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And you know, for Auburn opened up the Auburn State Theater over in Auburn for watch parties as hundreds of fans packed the theater on Thursday and Friday to watch the games, the semifinals, as well as the quarterfinals. They said that cheerleaders performed during the timeouts. Auburn officials tell me that they're just trying to show a great example of a community trying to make the best of a very challenging situation.
Yeah, this coronavirus is kind of made everybody do funny things. You were out just yesterday, Andy, hoarding toilet paper again, and I just was curious about that decision.
Just 2-pack limit, Larry.
Is that it?
I follow the rules.
I mean, Andy Kendi, he was the one hoarding. Here is Binder the other way. Great pass to Frary. And Frary with 8 points, 6 of those here in the second half.
And that's set up by Cam Binder.
Murphy with it up top. Now back to his brother Murphy. Off the back of the rim goes off the fingertips of C.J. Hughes. It will stay with Ogallala.
It's just so hard to score against Auburn. Do not break down that often in their half-court defense.
Kind of a staple of Jim Weeks' teams, hasn't it been, over his years?
Yeah, just kind of a man-to-man, you know, physical. Occasionally he had teams where they played a little bit more full court, but I think just the lack of maybe depth and foul trouble has become a little bit more of a half-court man-to-man defensive coach with this group.
Third foul on Corbin Murphy, and that'll put Frary at the line.
And since Ogallala has picked up full court, Auburn's getting a few more chances at the rim to score.
Back into the game for Ogallala is Kroger. There is Jim Weeks. His 4th season in Auburn, 2017. That team was 13-11, and last year 16-10 with a loss in the district final. And then they went from 18, where they were losing in the district final, to state champs last year. And now in his 4th year, back-to-back state title games. He won 3 titles at Beatrice in 1998, 2005, 2008. 3 just off by Kroger. Long rebound to Binder.
And, you know, there's no secret recipe with what Coach Weeks does. He creates a culture of hard work and enthusiasm for the community. I've never been through a Coach Weeks practice, but my guess is it's probably pretty demanding, and kids buy into it because of the results that he's been able to deliver.
Well, he creates a culture there of the importance of basketball and practice, and has that gym open morning and night in Auburn. Three on the way is just off. Loose ball picked up by Kroger.
An important possession for Ogallala here. Need to find a basket. Nice aggressive move by Clayton Murphy.
Here's another look.
We'll see the contact is right there. Not really into his move yet. The bump was before he kind of gathered for the shot.
Third for C.J. Hughes. Back-to-back fouls there on Hughes. So now he and Frary with 3. Brown and Murphy for Ogallala with 3. Steal by C.J. Hughes. That foul called on Quentin Gillen.
That's the second personal 5-team foul for Ogallala. C.J. Hughes.
Auburn's done a really good job this quarter of really not letting that pressure get them passive. They've done a nice job of breaking the front court pressure and then attacking the rim, either getting layups or fouls.
Hayden Hall back in now for Auburn. Kroger, check out Marhinke re-enters for Ogallala.
It's now Ogallala's 5th team foul.
So despite the pressure and despite Ogallala's up-tempo coming out of that halftime locker room, Auburn has been able to extend its lead here in this third period, up by 13 now. Drive by Murphy. And Frary with the rebound.
Yeah, it's hard to say this is an important possession, but Auburn up 13 here. They're going to get the ball again in the fourth quarter. So if you could score here and then score again, this lead would be hard to overcome. Whereas Ogallala, if you can get a stop here, try to keep that lead at 13.
Binder with it. Cam Binder with the three. Just off the front of the rim. Rebound by Frary, back up. And that's how the third quarter will end. So Auburn, however, slightly extends that lead here in quarter number 3. We head to the fourth. Bulldogs still on top, 33-20.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities has taught me the value of teamwork.
I learned how to be a strong leader among my peers.
We set goals as a team and work hard to accomplish them.
I strive to excel not only in the classroom, but on the playing field.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities for our member high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
Celebrate Arbor Day in its hometown, April 25th. So much to do, overnight accommodations will keep you here for activities on Sunday, April 26th. Family-friendly memory-making opportunities in Nebraska City. From 11 museums, dining, and shopping to the 11 tree houses at the Treetop Village, there's something for everyone. Event calendars and more at gonebraskacity.com.
Ogallala trails by 13, and they're going to need at least that many to get back into this one. Only have 20 through the first 3 quarters. And we head to the fourth, 33-20. Auburn on top.
An important possession for Ogallala here, trying to get another stop. They ended up getting that one stop at the end of the third. Now you need to come back with a stop. Trying to stay attached to Auburn. Certainly don't want this to get to 15. I guess his Coach Wicks is going to try to get Lambert a touch here before that ball gets shot.
Oh, good pass from Frary. And a lay-in by C.J. Hughes. Good cut by Hughes to recognize. And a 15-point advantage. Largest lead of the game here for the Bulldogs. It's hard to imagine with the defense that Auburn's playing and that Ogallala has 20 points through 3 that they're going to find a way to get back into this with 7 minutes to go.
Coach Gillen kind of went to a half-court trapping scramble defense. He knows that he's going to have to create some turnovers to get back into this.
Steal by Cam Binder, puts it back up. Just the 4th point of the game for the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, Cam Binder. But that lead now extends to 17. The take by Brown, and now Binder runs it out. He's got 6, and it's a 19-point advantage and a timeout from Andy Gillen. Big sequence right there early in this fourth.
Yeah, I thought Ogallala needed to get a stop and and a bucket to take it down to 10. Instead, it stretched to 19. So certainly a huge run by Auburn to start the fourth.
An 11-zip run for Auburn to make it 39-20. Well, if you'd like to learn more about COVID-19 in Nebraska, NET is here for you with updated information at netnebraska.org/coronavirus. Log on to our website, get more information on the coronavirus, which is why we have a limited crowd here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Thankful to be playing these state championships on NET across the entire state. I would imagine that there might be 5 other games taking place in the states at this time, maybe.
You know, the last stat I had seen on Twitter, not that that's the news, there was 12 states that were allowing basketball to go on with limited attendance. One that had no limit, which was Montana, and then the rest had either delayed or canceled. Now that, you know, this is very fluid, so my guess is that has probably changed a little bit, but although certainly not the only state that's playing with limited fan attendance. There are a few others out there.
Well, I wouldn't be shy about getting your news from Twitter. That's where Andy Kendi gets all of his. It's 39-22, 17-point advantage here. The lay in there by Murphy.
Nice possession for Ogallala. Now they've got to try to create another turnover. This is such a hard spot to be in for Auburn. You want to be patient, but if you get real passive against this type of pressure, sometimes it's hard to turn it back on if you need to get a bucket.
Foul up top on Murphy.
It's going to be the 16th foul for Ogallala. The last couple times against this pressure, Auburn's been able to flash somebody into the high post and then use that as an entry point to a baseline cutter for a layup.
That last foul was on Corbin Murphy, so it's his 4th personal foul. They're trying to trap up top, and again, Kroger now called with the foul.
Binder hasn't had a huge game offensively based on kind of the game plan all it had to keep bodies around him. But just such a calming presence, takes care of the basketball, gets them in the offense. Good free throw shooter. It doesn't turn the basketball over. He'll be asked to get the ball in his hands. My guess is he's going to shoot a lot of free throws this last 5:36.
Right. Both of them good for Cam Binder. Binder, all-state guard for the Bulldogs. Just his junior year, nice pass down low. Hickey lays that in. Binder breaks the press. Yes. Goes strong to the basket, picks up the foul. It's the 3rd on Marhanke. That'll send Ryan Binder, the sophomore guard, to the line.
Yeah, Zitza scored in the second half, but I really thought his 2 threes in the first half really helped calm Auburn down. You know, they're having trouble getting Binder involved offensively. His 8 points really allowed them to play from ahead, which I think is such an advantage when you get in the state tournament. Just you play with less pressure when you have a lead.
That's foul on Clayton Murphy. His 2nd.
Just be the 9th, so still the single bonus.
Yeah, Binder back to the line, shooting 1-1.
Binder solid from the free throw line, 3 for 3. Auburn as a team, 7 of 8. Let's check that, 7 of 9. over to Andy Kendi.
Larry, we just watched Cam Binder hit another couple free throws. Yesterday in the semifinals, he was 10 of 10 at the line, 8 of 8 in the fourth quarter. Cam told us after the game that after every practice, he will not let himself leave the gym until he makes 15 in a row, and no doubt that's helping at this time of year.
I'd be in the gym for a month.
Wow.
No, that just shows you the gym rat.
Yeah.
Probably not the 3 that Coach Weeks wanted there, but
Prairie picks up his 4th.
Ogallala has a lot of competitive kids. They're going to keep fighting here, keep attacking.
And then Binder is fouled. Clayton Murphy picked up the last foul. That's his 3rd. Binder now 5 of 5 from the line. Point advantage. 46-26 Auburn. And Prairie comes up with the steal. 4 minutes to go here in this Class C1 state championship game between Auburn and Ogallala. Auburn has opened up here in the second half. Foul called on Carter Brown. That will be his 4th personal foul. And back to the line goes Cam Binder.
Yeah, Binder got in the semis, got caught twice, kind of extending that left forearm a little bit. Certainly Brown did a pretty good job trying to score out, but that's just such a hard call to make. Ogallala scrambling around, fouling a lot, trying to be aggressive. Certainly officials trying to keep control of the last 4 or 5 minutes of this game. We get the benefit of seeing things slowed down a little bit, slow motion, which exaggerates maybe what officials saw.
Take by Carter Brown, lays it in. Brown with 7 now. And the kick ball. Josh Lambert picks up the foul. This is first.
Yeah, something simple, but I thought coming in it would be important for Lambert to stay out of foul trouble this game. His presence, I think, really tilted what Auburn could do offensively in their favor.
Brown got it, 3-pointer. He's got 10. His second 3-pointer. Slips the defense. The lay-in by Frary. And Dan Frary now with 11.
Yeah, nice find by Cam Binder. Head up.
That will be the 5th foul on Dan Frary. So Frary has fouled out.
And that's a good officiating crew, because to be honest, that's almost identical call to the one they gave Auburn. Could have probably been a charge on the other end, and that could have been a charge, but staying consistent, calling it a block, staying consistent with your crew. Nice job of officiating.
Cade Patesel now into the game for the Bulldogs. Binder is fouled. He'll go back to the line. And that's going to be the 4th, I believe, on 5th on Corbin Murray. So Corbin Murphy has fouled out. Alex Patrick now into the game for the Indians. Quietly, Cam Binder has 15 and now 16 points. Of course, 10 of those now coming from the free throw line. He's 10 for 10 from the line.
And 14 of those in the second half. Just had a field goal in the first half.
Yeah. We saw another outstanding player in C1 down here this week in Cale Jacobson of Ashland Greenwood, who put up 38. And he's just a sophomore. That's going to be a player to watch in the future here in Class C1. Foul down low. That puts Kroger at the line.
That's his 3rd personal. And the 7th team foul for the Bulldogs. Adam Kroger at the line, shooting and 1.
Yeah, really was Auburn's most competitive game was that first round game against Ashland Greenwood. They've kind of been able to control the semis against Christian, and then obviously just a pretty dominant second half here against Ogallala.
3rd foul on Quentin Gillen. Let's go back to Andy Kendi.
You know, Larry, you got the Binders, the Cameron Binder, you got Ryan Binder. There's also another Binder coming through the system. He's Maverick Binder. He's a student manager, and he's on the bench. He's all the way to the end, and he's getting up now with the rest of the team. Well, Maverick does have the need for speed, evidently. He was named after Tom Cruise's character in the movie Top Gun. Told me yesterday he's seen the movie 3 times, and he cannot wait for the sequel, as I know you can't, Larry, for the summer sequel of Top Gun 2 coming out this summer. And Mav should feel right at home at PBA, because the Danger Zone is a big hit between breaks here.
That's right.
And sometimes they, you know, and at the end of the games when they're cutting down the nets, they've got the Top Gun theme music too as they cut down the nets. So Maverick feeling right at home.
I was just disappointed they delayed the release of it. I was stoked.
Well, you know, waiting is the hardest part, Tom Petty once said, Larry, and it's almost there.
I hear Iceman's going to be back in that movie too. Val Kilmer.
We're going to have plenty of time to watch movies here over the next month without any sports, so I'm going to have to revisit the Top Gun before the sequel comes out.
Well, I've been told by your friends you record these state championships and watch them over and over, so you'll have plenty to watch.
I do. Self-evaluation is the most important thing. Certainly the one last week will probably get rewatched.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Congratulations, by the way. Andy Markowski, his 2 daughters winning a state championship last week. For Pius 10th, I think Andy already bought the DVD, right?
I did. 4 of them.
That'll put Binder back at the line again with 1:44 to go. And that's going to be the 5th on Carter Brown. So the senior guard and leading scorer and leader for this Ogallala Indians squad has fouled out. Well, Andy Gillen saying of his son, Carter Brown, how proud he was of him and what a great leader he's been for this team this year. And you can see the disappointment there for Carter Brown. Coach Gillen with a couple of sons on this team. Carter Brown, Quentin Gillen. Coach Coy Gager has a son on the team. Mar Hinkey's son is on the team. 2 assistant coaches. There's a long 3. Into the game now for the Indians is Dylan Ellard, 6'3" senior, with the killer flow. And leaving the game now, Josh Lambert, the 6'8" senior for the Auburn Bulldogs. He'll be a 2-time state champ. Brett Baltensperger is in the game for Auburn. Clayton Murphy with that steal. 1:15 to go here in this C1 title game. And Auburn has really run away with it here in this second half.
Yeah, you could even tell with Coach Weeks' tone out of the timeout, had held Ogallala to 10 points, and he wasn't satisfied that they gave up 5 offensive rebounds. So just that mentality of detail, really a complete game by Auburn.
Call the over and back. And now wholesale changes for Auburn. Into the game now is Ryan Dixon, along with James Bettine.
Ryan Dixon.
Mauricio Lopez. Hayden Hall back in. Got everybody.
This one kind of surprised me. I thought this would be a competitive game, but Ogallala was 3 of 22 from the 3. That was really the difference. They're a capable shooting team. Unfortunately, you have to give Auburn a little bit of credit defensively, but Ogallala just did not make some of those open shots, which was really the difference of them being competitive versus letting this game get away from them.
Baltensperger got the bucket there. And the quick timeout for more subs from Jim Weeks. Stetson Neiman about to go back into the game. Look at Nyman, Stetson Nyman. Well, if you'd like a DVD copy of these state high school championships, you can give us a call at 800-868-1868 or log on to the website at netnebraska.org/sports, and you can get a copy of the repeat for the Auburn Bulldogs. Here's Jaron Gager into the game. Time ticks away, and that's going to do it. Back-to-back state championships for the Auburn Bulldogs. Cam Binder leads the way for the Bulldogs with 18 points, 12 for 12 from the free throw line. Auburn hit the free throws down the stretch and wins it going away. The final 58-34. A good exchange there between Cam Binder and Carter Brown. When we come back, we'll have medals and trophies to hand out to the winners, the state champs from Auburn.
Early mornings, late nights, emotionally, physically, mentally tougher. Generations of trust, innovation, and hard work done side by side. The decisions you make for your land and livestock have a direct impact on your operation, the region, and the world. That is why we're there when you need us anytime, every time. We both have one chance, one season, one mission. Tougher together. Aurora and you.
After concussion, returning to the classroom is a priority of the NSAA. All brains return to learn. Not all brains return to play.
After recognizing that an athlete has suffered a concussion, it is important to monitor the symptoms in the classroom before allowing the athlete to return to extracurricular activities.
The NSAA requires coaches in all sports to take a concussion course once every 3 years.
More information is available on our website, nsaahome.org. Student athletes are students first, athletes second.
Coverage of the 2020 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Aurora Cooperative, Constellation Energy, and Sarpy County Tourism. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Bulldogs are state champs for the second year in a row. Time to hand out medals and trophies to both the champs and the runner-up. And for that, we go to Heath Kramer.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller, NSAA Board of Directors Jim Kent from Dundee County Stratton, Dr. Bob Resnicek from Boys Town. Here are the awards for the runner-up, Ogallala High School. Head coach Andy Gillen and his assistants will present the silver medals. Players, as your name is called, please come forward. 0, Ian Shaw. Number 3, Jaron Gager. Number 4, Jake Hildebrand. Number 5, Tucker Montgomery. Number 13, Quentin Gillen. Number 22, Troy Kempton. Number 23, Javian Gager. Number 2, Corbin Murphy. Number 32, Caden Marhinke. And the seniors, number 11, Alex Patrick. Number 35, Dylan Ellard. Number 1, Carter Brown. Number 12, Clayton Murphy. And number 31, Adam Kroger. For For these outstanding athletes in their school, here is the 2020 NSAA Class C1 State Basketball Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Ogallala High School. Now to the champions, Auburn High School. Head coach Jim Weeks, we have a special award for you. Coach Weeks and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 1, Ryan Dixon. Number 5, Cade Paetzel. Number 10, Mauricio Lopez. Number 12, Stetson Nyman. Number 13, James Mateen. Number 23, Marcus Hudson. Number 30, Austin Levine. Number 40, Brett Baltensberger. Number 2, Cam Binder. Number 4, Ryan Binder. Number 14, Dan Frary. And the seniors, number 45, Hayden Hall. Number 3, CJ Hughes. And number 50, Josh Lambert. Presenting the Farmers Mutual of Nebraska Championship Game Ball is NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller. And for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2020 NSAA Class C1 State Basketball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Auburn High School.
Well, congratulations to the Bulldogs of Auburn, back-to-back state champions in Class C1. And backstage now, Andy Kendi is with Andy Gillen.
All right, here with the head coach of Ogallala, Andy Gillen. Coach, we just talked about it off camera. End of the third, start of the fourth. You guys get it to 8, and you have some good momentum, and then they rip off an 11-0 run into the third, start of the fourth. I think that was probably the ball game, was it not?
Yeah, it was. You know, when they made that run, it put us in a really tough spot. You know, our goal was to have it to 5 by the fourth quarter, and you know, we had some chances here and there. The ball just didn't fall tonight.
You look back on the season, terrific. You're 23-5. You get to the state championship for the first time since 1992 for Ogallala. What will your big takeaway be for this group of players that you coached?
I would say the growth that we had from when we started with them, not just from a basketball standpoint, but from a maturity standpoint, and just the overall development of our team and how close we became. You know, this group went through a lot of adversity, had a lot of ups and downs and all arounds, and we just continue to stick together and grow. And you know, sometimes things don't work out, but it's not what happens, it's how you respond to it, and I know these guys will bounce back.
Good life lesson. What do you say to the outgoing seniors, and then what do you say to the kids returning?
Well, to the seniors, we just thank them. You know, we thank them for all their sacrifice, all their time sacrifice, you know, giving up and being selfless and setting the example for the future of our program. And, you know, the guys that are coming back, it's just, you know, that you want them to enjoy the ride that we had this year, and then, you know, in June we'll get back at it.
Well, congratulations. Terrific year for the Ogallala Indians. They finished the season 23-5, but one step shy of a state championship. That belongs to the Auburn Bulldogs for the second straight year. We will hear from the Auburn team and players straight ahead.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
This is Emma. She cares about her kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with unleaded 88. Emma knows unleaded 88 reduces emissions from her vehicle. Nate knows unleaded 88 is approved for his engine and provides high-octane performance. They may think about fuel in different ways, but the fuel of choice for both Emma and Nate is unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
Hi everyone, the NET production remote truck is on location ready for another live sports broadcast. Here's your invitation to become a member of the Sports Partners Club and help ensure the great sports we all love continue on NET. Member benefits include invitations to things like production facility tours, meet and greet events, and tailgate parties. Thanks to the support of NET Sports Partner Club members, NET is Nebraska's home for sports. Become a member of the NET Sports Partners Club.
Coverage of the 2020 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, and the Nebraska Corn Board. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. We are at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska for these NSAA High School Championships of 2020. The C1 title for the second consecutive year goes to the Auburn Bulldogs, 58-34 over Ogallala. If you love watching Nebraska High School Championships on NET, well, it's your generous donations that keep NET and allow us to produce more than 200 hours of sports programming each year. And you can show your support by joining the NET Sports Partners Club. At just $10 a month, we'll send you an exclusive NET Sports Partners Club fleece jacket. So to get your NET jacket, call 800-868-6788 or visit netnebraska.org/donate. Teams getting ready for this next state championship. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at the numbers, the final numbers from the C1 title game.
Yeah, you really have to give Auburn's defense a lot of credit. 27% for Ogallala from the floor, 13 from the three. You know, out-rebounded 33 to 25, limited their turnovers, and then really took advantage of the free throw line in that fourth quarter to finish 18 of 20 for the game. So really a complete defensive effort, and then they mixed in enough offense to separate from Ogallala in the second half.
The champions are backstage with Andy Kennedy. When we come back, you will hear from the Auburn Bulldogs, the state champs in Class C1. Stay with us.
From early sunrises to late nights, you give it your very best. Since 1891, Farmers Mutual has been invested in enhancing the communities they serve and the lives of those who live there. Born of Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual isn't just a business, it's a community of individuals committed to service when you need it most. Insurance kept local and life as it should be. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
I'm Nicole Brungart, and I'm a part of the U.S. Women's Bobsled team. I'm a 4-time All-American, and I'm from Norfolk, Nebraska. Bobsledding was definitely not in the picture when I was growing up, but I'm thankful to be where I'm at, and I'll never take that for granted. In my career, I'm getting bumped around, bruised in the back of the bobsled, so it's super important that I keep up with my sleep, my nutrition, seeing my trainer, seeing the chiropractor, and staying in the gym so I can be at the top of my game when competition comes.
My parents met because they both worked on the railroad. There was actually no question I was going to go to work on the railroad. I knew that from the very beginning when I was a little kid. My dad taught me to be kind and think about other people. And that is what I'm trying to instill in my family. My granddaughter is named June Elizabeth, but I call her Junebug. My hope is to teach her about kindness and about the love of animals and nature. I want Junebug to have the same opportunities I had by watching PBS. It has helped me understand so many things in our world. My husband and I feel so strongly about our PBS station that we've included them in our estate plan.
Please consider including NET in your charitable giving plan. Thank you.
PBS is part of our values, things that we cherish, and we want to pass it on to the next generation.
Auburn, the first C1 team to go unbeaten in 7 years. They finished the season 29-0, and they are your Class C1 state champions. Joining me now, the Victoria's head coach, Mr. Jim Weeks. Coach, I want to ask you about this game. What do you think the turning point was? I thought a crucial stretch was at the end of the third, start of the fourth. Was that the difference in your mind?
Well, Jackson Weeks, Bryce Roth, and Cooper Weeks do our defense. Mm-hmm. And so when you have a team like Ogallala only scored 11 points at halftime, I mean, that's a heck of an effort. So that was obviously a big deal. And then Ryan Binder hits 2 threes, and they end up in double figures in the first half. And they really weren't guarding him. That was huge, and that got us a good start. And we just kept grinding. And then we were able to make stops. And then Cam went 26 in a row on free throws the last 2 days. So that's a good combination.
Cam finished the state tournament. Cam Binder did 26 of 26 from the free throw line. Today, as a team, you guys go 18 of 20. You hit 90% of your freebies. How important are those?
Well, when you get a lead and they start fouling, if you can make your free throws, we're going to trade 2 for 2, and it's hard to catch up when that happens.
How big of a deal is this? I know every championship's different, but how does this one feel different from last year?
Well, I think there's a little more pressure when you won it last year, and if we wouldn't have won this, it would have been a little bit of a disappointment. But it was a great year no matter what, and then to be able to do that. You know, we had 3 tough games. Ashland played us really tough, and then of course the last 2 games were tough. So anyway, we're very pleased and happy and very blessed to be at this point.
And what do you think about the Auburn community as a whole to bring back a second trophy? The basketball and Auburn going hand in hand, and it's a creation of the Bulldog way and what you guys have are building down there and have built. It's pretty impressive.
Well, it always starts with your administration. So the administration was absolutely tremendous in allowing us to do all of the extra stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you get your parents involved, and then when you get the parents and administration, and then it becomes just a matter of repetition. Mm-hmm. So it's been very gratifying.
Well, it takes a village. Congratulations. Back-to-back state champions, the Auburn Bulldogs in Class C1. We'll hear from the Victoria's Bulldog players straight ahead.
Constellation is a natural gas supplier helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given back over $250,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
Programming on NET television is provided in part by the Dr. Tom and Dorothy Hallstrom Inspire Nebraska Athletics Endowment. Watch NET Sports anytime, anywhere. Download the free NET Nebraska app today. Watch live streaming of the NSAA High School Championships, college player profiles, full-length episodes from Big Red Wrap-Up, and so much more. Get the app at netnebraska.org/apps.
Second year in a row, Auburn champs of C1. Let's get right to it and talk to some of the players. Cam Binder comes in with a game-high score of 18 points. Cam, I want to ask you about the difference between last year and this year. Atmosphere-wise, you've got a great perspective, having won a championship with this place, near full, and today where there was still energy, but it was certainly different, was it not?
Yeah, it was very different, especially when the buzzer sounded. But, I mean, you can't really let that phase you because, I mean, it's kind of a sorry excuse if you say, oh, there wasn't any people there, so we can't perform to the best of our ability. I mean, that's probably the regular crowds we get in the regular game, so just treat it like normal.
Yeah.
Just bring your own energy is really important in that.
And you mentioned yesterday how important your crowd has been to bring the crowd that was here to bring the energy. I thought they were really loud and proud today. Tell me about your free throw shooting, 26 of 26 over a 3-day span. That's an impressive showing. What do you think about it? Do you have a routine? Are you like a golfer taking a tee shot up there?
I kind of just think to myself, just like, I mean, this one's going in. I've shot millions of free throws, so I just kind of just stay calm, cool, collected. And then I say a little prayer too before I shoot it. Just keep me calm.
And what does this mean to bring not just a second state title, but after winning the first in school history, to repeat like this and to handle the pressure, as Coach said?
Yeah, man, it's big time, man. I felt, man, that first game to this game, oh man, just the weight is released. It felt so much pressure from then to now, and just to know that we got this thing again makes me as happy as could be.
Well, congratulations, Cam Binder. You hand off the trophy to C.J. Hughes. He's a senior. He had 10 points. Thanks, Cam. C.J., I want to ask you first, my condolences to you and your family. I talked to your dad about the passing of your grandfather. How much was your grandfather on your mind this weekend? Because it's been a very difficult deal to compartmentalize playing basketball and dealing with what you've had to go through.
Well, anytime you have to deal with adversity in anything, you just got to focus, stay in the moment. It's what we're taught, and now it's really been on my mind. I've been thinking of my family and my dad especially. But, my whole family the whole weekend has just been telling me to stay in between the lines. When I'm on that court, that's what matters. And as soon as the game was over, just the emotions hit me. But I'm really thankful for my family, and it's sorry that what happened, but I'm really thankful for this.
And you mentioned the word family. That's been your team theme. How important has your family, your basketball family, been, not only to help you get through adversity, but for you on the basketball court as a team to make it 2 in a row for state championships?
We've always been brothers. We do everything together, and when we get after each other in practice, another guy's there to pick us up. And we're always just competing so hard in the weight room and on the floor in practice. And I think that now that the younger guys got to see the seniors do this every day, that they can step right into the role.
Well, congratulations. C.J. Hughes, a senior, congratulations. You're going to hand off the trophy to Josh Lambert, another senior. Had 6 big points. They came early, but they were crucial in establishing the tone, along with 8 rebounds. Josh, what does it mean as a senior? You and C.J., you guys hadn't won a state championship before last year. Now you're leaving the school, and you'll graduate with the first 2 in history. What does that mean to you?
It was just great. The senior class has put a lot of hard work and time and dedication into playing basketball, and it's all paid out for us.
What does it mean to do this for a community that backs you guys through thick and thin? They had another watch party down in Auburn, somebody renting out a restaurant here in the Lincoln area just so people couldn't get in. We were able to watch their team win another title.
We're a strong community. Everybody looks out for one another, and we're just one big family. As the basketball team and everybody else, we're just one huge family.
What do you think your lasting impression will be, your lasting memory of this season will be? Was there a turning point or a moment that you say, man, when I look back in a few years, I'll remember this?
I think it was Dan's steal at the end of the 3rd quarter of yesterday's game. That was just a turning point. Like, we can actually do this. We got this. We can get this win again.
Confidence is so key. Congratulations, Auburn. The Bulldogs are the top dogs once again in Class C1. They finished the season 29-0, defeating Ogallala by a final of 58-34. They're champs once again.
Sports fans, seasons change with new teams, new players, and new excitement. Just minutes from state championship venues, Sarpy County has year-round family fun, shopping, restaurants, and more than 2,000 hotel rooms. Your visitor's guide from GoSarpy.com helps start new traditions when you, family, and friends visit eastern Nebraska. GoSarpy.com. So near, so fun.
This spring, stay well as PBS shines a light on health. We'll get the facts on fat.
Fat's been given a bad rap.
And the data on diabetes.
100 million people affected.
Check out some medical artifacts.
It's absolutely astounding.
Witness the nation's mental health crisis.
It doesn't make for a good American story.
And Ken Burns presents an intimate history of genetics. Here's to your health.
Coming in April to NET.
Many of the world's most breathtaking landmarks have been inspired by faith. These sites of divine worship remain the focus of deep spiritual significance and extraordinary acts of devotion, rarely seen by outsiders. Discover the amazing stories and the incredible people that surround Earth's sacred wonders.
Coming soon to NET.
Coverage of the 2020 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Aurora Cooperative, Constellation Energy, and Sarpy County Tourism. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Back at Pinnacle Bank Arena, putting a bow on the C1 state title game. It was Auburn over Ogallala. Auburn winning back-to-back state championships. Jim Weeks has certainly changed the culture there in Auburn. It's a basketball culture now. They call it Jim Denny's because it's open 24/7, right? But it's impressive to see in 4 years where that program has gone from not making a state championship to now 2 in a row.
Yeah, like I said, last year was probably a step ahead, but now they're 37 in a row. So that's an unbelievable win streak, and I'm sure they're going to be expected to do it again next year, and I'm sure Coach Weeks and his team will welcome the challenge.
Well, let's take a look at some numbers from that last game. We're going to take a look. Here's a look at the scoreboard then. To date, it's in Class D1. It was Laurel Concord, Coleridge over Southern Valley, and Auburn knocking off Ogallala 58-34 to win its second state championship. And then in Class B, Roncalli and Scott coming up. That's next. We have the D2 title game at 4:30, the Class A title game at 6:30, and BRLD GICC will battle tonight for the C2 title at 8:30. All coming your way right here on NET. So we have coming up Class B state championship. Roncalli seeded number 6, taking on the top seeded Scott Catholic Skyhawks. Scott coming in undefeated on the year, 25-0. Roncalli is 24-3. They've played already this season, and that was a game won by Scott. 40, check that, it was, Scott won at 45-44, and they played one other time as well.
Yeah, it was earlier in the year. Scott had won by 21, but the last game was much more competitive, and I certainly think on this big stage with these two teams having a lot of state tournament experience, this is going to be a great game.
So there's a look at it. It's coming up next on NET. It's the Class B state championship. Roncalli taking on Omaha Scott. We'll have that for you from the Pinnacle Bank Arena as they're swapping out the crowd and cleaning the floor here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. That's coming up when we come back. Class B state championship right here on NET. Stay with us.